Welcome to Let's Get Real with Jill. Thank you so much, friends, for joining today. And boy, do I have a great show for you. Why? Because this is about you. Yes, and this is about your purpose. If you are living today, breathing today, God has a purpose for you. So, how are you going to live your purpose? So, we have a lot to cover. So, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram, here on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. So please feel free to subscribe to YouTube and Spotify and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And you can even see past shows on Spotify and YouTube. So there's so much content to uncover. And we have a lot going on for today's show, but I just want to give you opportunities to also see any shows in the past. So, as you know, I have my cue cards. So, we have a lot to do. So, I just want to make sure that I don't miss a beat. So, today, first of all, today's theme is I am, I can, I will. So, I am worthy, and I want you guys to say this to yourselves too. I am worthy of living God's purpose for my life. The skills and dreams God gave me, those all came from God, I can pursue them. Those are choices. With faith and courage and intention, I will. I am, I can, I will. I'm going to start back for just a minute because there's a great book that I read a couple of years ago, which sparked so much internally. And so I really hope this episode helps you and some of the past episodes. What sparked me is Jamie Kern Lima's book. It's called Worthy. And my friend Julie, she told me about it, and it was wow. So I want to encourage you. That's a great resource for you, because we are all worthy. If you're here listening, if you're breathing, you're worthy, and you're worthy of what God has for you. So that's just a resource I would definitely recommend. But let's take a step back and feel free, you guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments section. I would love to see if you're on, please wave, say hello. And again, feel free to share this episode. So let's just start with purpose. If you look in the dictionary, here's what purpose says, or we don't look in the dictionary, we Google it. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So if you're here today living and breathing, there's a reason, there's a purpose, and do you know what that is? And so many of you, you might be like, I am just on cloud nine of life, and I am doing this, and my family's doing great, and my spiritual path with God is amazing, my career is amazing, my friendships are amazing. That is awesome. And so continue down that path, listen to what God is saying, keep diving into God, and just be thankful that you're living today for a purpose. And if everything is amazing, I can tell you one thing. Your feeling of amazing is probably being shown outward to others as well. So not only are you making a difference in your amazing life, but because of that, you're being purposeful, and you're probably making a difference in somebody else's life, somebody that could be really having a challenging day. So if you are one of those people who are just like, oh my gosh, my life is terrible right now, I'm going through a divorce, I just got fired from a job, my friends, a friend of mine is mad at me, I did something wrong, or I'm having an issue with one of my children, or whatever it may be, totally understand. And my first question is, give it to God, pray to God. Yes, easier said than done, especially for those who have health issues, right? But remember, no matter what, just like what the meaning says, there is a purpose, and that's what God is giving you today. So just stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, and say, thank you, God, for the life that you have given me today, because I am here today for your purpose. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So we all have a purpose planted by God. And the reason why I'm even diving into this is because this is a big year for me of the age I'm turning. So all of my childhood friends, high school friends, we've all been talking, and it's like, oh my gosh, how did we get here? And then all of our kids are getting married. It's kind of crazy. So I really believe that that book worthy really led me to today going, yes, I am worthy because God has me here. So the dreams that I had in the past, don't keep them in the past. If you guys are stuck, if you're not feeling good about things, but you have these dreams and these skills, choose to move forward. Change, you know what, take a step, just one little step at a time, moving the needle a little bit, and it's really a choice. So we have today to make those decisions, and the age that we're turning this year, from high school and preschool and friends I've grown up with, is 60. I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's a big number. It really is. So I looked back, and I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, 70. In your 30s, you might be going, oh my gosh, in the 20s, I wish I had done something. In 40s, you thought, oh gosh, at 30, I wish I'd done something. Forget the past, forget it. Look at those as growth opportunities, no matter what, whether they were great opportunities, whether they were just like situations you were in, things that you were in place and did is bringing you to where you are today. But if you don't look at things for growth, you can get stuck. And people tend to be, are you on the negative or are you the positive? Do you look at, are you optimistic or are you pessimistic? So that also internally has a lot to do with your mental health and your physical health for moving forward. Because remember, you are important. You are worthy. You have a purpose. You are valued. So always remember that. And a lot of times, I think in many of the things that I've done and still do, I don't feel that value. Like, I mean, even think about it. The show, The Get Real with Jill, 5 years ago, I didn't think I would be doing this. I had a dream of being in real estate. I didn't think it's kind of crazy now. I'm almost 20 years into real estate and how I love, 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 love it. And this for sure was the career that God wanted me to do because He gave me skills to do the career. He also put into place an exit that I was so upset about in my old career of 14 years that I just kept getting pushed out, pushed out, pushed out, and was so internally upset about it. And that's a whole other story. And then going now here and looking back, God did that for me because He said, I have a much better door for you. And these are blessings. So, yes, I have the best career that I love. And then, second, it opened up because of COVID and this career. I now have the Get Real with Jill show. So, thanks you guys for listening. Hopefully, you're not bored yet. All right. So, those are things that I just wanted to share with you. And really, I'm hoping right now you guys are asking yourself, where am I today? What do I want to change? What is the dreams maybe I had in the past? Write these things down. Get a pen, get a paper, get your notes, get your phone. What are the dreams that I had in the past that I did not pursue? What are the choices that I need to make those changes? Who do I need to surround myself with that will support me with those changes? How is God in my life to help me get to my dreams? And no matter what, everybody has their different. I'm definitely a Jesus believer, and my focus is on having a relationship with Jesus. But wherever you are in your beliefs, where is your God fulfilled purpose? Like, who are you going to and really leaning into? Because if you aren't really appreciating where you are today, it could be your job, it could be your relationship, it can be your finances. Are you going to continue to let those situations keep you over here? Or are you going to know, okay, I have these different situations. I need to really focus on what I need to do and make choices to change them so that you can be this way. I know my sister and I, Michelle, talk a lot about this, and it's about our health. And I do talk about this with my friends too. So, health is super important to me, and I know it is to my sister Michelle, who's like, she just ran 20 miles last week. crazy. She's older, and I say that because she's getting ready for another full marathon. She does full marathons. It's kind of crazy, and she's older than me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But here's the thing. It's just like I am stuck here with my finance, or I'm stuck down here with my finances, my relationship, my job. I don't like this. I don't like that. Da 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 da. So the whole purpose of this, just hold on. So what are you doing? Are you just letting this all drag you down? And just living every day, waking up going, oh my gosh, I have to pay this bill. This relationship's poor. I have this issue. Well, just like my sister and I, what we do when we look at our health is we want to live our life. We look at longevity this way. I am not going to get here at a certain age and have these ailments that are bringing my life this way. Where if I'm going to live until I'm 90, I don't want to live 90 just I can't walk. I have these ailments. I didn't take care of myself. I drank too much. My liver's bad. My kidney's bad. My toes are swollen. My feet are swollen. No, I am going to go upward and go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do a half marathon with my sister. She'll be like, well, I'm doing a full one. That's where I want to go. So every day I do have to move the needle to be in a healthy lifestyle. Do I do that by myself? No. I need God's help for it. Do I get tempted when everybody's out partying and they're like, have a cocktail? And I do, not all the time. Have a margarita, eat this, eat that. Well, I have to remember I want to go this way. So yeah, those hours or minutes of something like woohoo, um, me, it gets me downward because then I just don't feel good about myself. I can't work out the next day. But that's me internally. So I want you to ask yourself, what are the things that you want to resolve and move forward with? Because I will tell you this, God's plan for you is blessings. He wants you to move forward, but he wants you to lean into him. Because alcohol or overeating, stuffing yourself, that's not what God's purpose is. Um, and this is not a lecture, this is just about thinking where you are and knowing that you are so important to take the time to make changes. All right. So remember, I am, I can, and I will. I am okay, so we're gonna keep going. Sorry, I just got a little distracted there because I really want to make sure that we cover everything. So here's the truth. You woke up today, you have a purpose, you still have time, and you still have today. So the whole reason why I brought up childhood and high school and the age group that we're in, I want to make sure that if you had a dream in the past and maybe you got married, had kids, which is amazing, but you never became that art teacher you wanted. You never became that guitar player that you wanted to be or played the piano. I know I've always wanted to do that. So that's one thing is really in there. It's not right this moment there, but it's one thing that I did want to do is play the piano. So anyway, instead of going back saying I didn't do it, if that dream is still in there, you can. Or you may have new dreams. You may have dreamt of something a week or so ago. Hey, George, anxious to catch up. Thank you so much for joining. And George, you know what? This is good for you too, because I know what's going on in your life. You are such a great son and you have things going on and you have a specific purpose. I know that's maybe even overwhelming you right now. I like totally just called you out on this. Know that, and you are such a good friend, know that you're here for a purpose. It's not just one, because God has so much in store for you. And I believe that. And you are such a good, kind man and just such a great friend. And I know you're going through a lot. So just know that. Know that I know that. But I think that there's so much out there for you too. Okay. So I want to ask yourself this. What's holding you back from your purpose for pursuing your dream? What's holding you back? And sometimes it's like, well, what is my dream? Ask yourself that, because a lot of people think, and I want you, if you're listening, ask yourself, what is your dream? And you're like, well, I don't really have a dream. All right, then think about, what are your skills? What do you like to do? How can you make a difference in somebody else's world? That's a lot. That's a big deal, because I think we can all make a difference in somebody else's life, even today in the Costco parking lot, by smiling. All right. So you have this dream, you wanted to live it. What's holding you back? Is it fear? Is it disappointment? The belief that you are not enough? I think so many of us have it. And you guys, if you have kids and they're all over social media, if I had Facebook when I was in high school or grammar school, oh my gosh, I would not be the person I am today, because I did not have confidence then at all. Who knows what I would have turned to? Um, but I I mean, there's so many times that I always felt like I was not enough, and that is so not true. And who would put that in my head? It's the world that put that in my head. So people that are living today with social media and Facebook and Instagram, kids, it's they could allow that social media to put in their head that they're not worthy enough. And as parents, you just think the world of your kids, and you know they are worthy enough, but they're not feeling it because of what's around them. So whether you're in a child, whether you're going through high school, an adult, you are worthy enough. And do not let these outside influence make you think that you're not, because you are. And sometimes we get so caught up in feeling that way. You guys know social media bashing. I mean, I was the only one that was not invited to the senior prom. Okay, you guys, we went to an all girls school, and they were invited by an all boys school. The only one of my friends. Can you imagine if I was on social media, Facebook or Instagram, and they're all posing with their dates, and I'm sitting at home eating bonbons? No, I'm not going to feel good about myself. So I am just thankful that I skipped that this generation of this social media stuff was way beyond me, because honest, I don't know how I would react. So that's why it's so important. Even as a friend, you guys, and actually I was a bully, and that's a whole other thing. That's a whole to talk about being vulnerable. And you wonder why, because there's something missing in somebody's life. So, again, what's holding you back? Is it fear, disappointment, or not feeling enough? Because you are enough. And sometimes you have to look around your circle. Who are you hanging out with? What are the words that are being told to you? I remember coming out of the bedroom thinking I looked really cute, and my mother said to me, "Don't you have anything else to wear?" Okay, if it's still in my head, I need to really give that to God. I mean, well, yeah, I have something else to wear, but I like this outfit. So be very careful with your words. And as a friend, be very careful with your words too, because you love your friend, but what if you want to keep friends lifted up, but you also want to keep friends accountable. But if your friends are not lifting you up, or really seeing your heart, maybe you need to think about new friends. And remember, and we're going to have a friendship in about well, we are having a friendship podcast coming up, which is going to be really fun. And Elizabeth and Sherry will be on that one. I'm going to have a few different ones, but they're going to be on the first one. And I am so blessed. I have friends since I was 3 years old, and it's to show up, to be a friend. How to have a friend, you have to be a friend, but that's a whole other podcast. So that's coming up, but that's really cool. So I want you to know who's in your circle. Who's in your circle at work? Are these people just gossiping? Are they complaining? I mean, who wants to come to work and all you're hearing is complaints? And if you are the complainer, go find yourself another job. Seriously. Because you're the one who has the choice, and you're putting yourself in that position. But if you're like, I do not like my job, but I wish I could be this, well, you can. So be intentional. I am, I can, I will. Those three things. And write it down on how you're going to do that. All right. So we talked about Worthy by Kern Lima. You can listen to it on Audible. You can buy the book. I listen to it on Audible because I love listening to certain things over and over again, because when I read, I fall asleep. So, not good on that. Um, there is something too that Jamie always had said. She said, "You're not too much. You have nothing to prove. You are not too much, and you have nothing to prove to anyone. You are already worthy." Okay, and let's have that sink in. You don't need the world's permission. I get up. People may think I'm the stupid getting up on this. Let's get real with Jill, and maybe rolling their eyes. That's okay. They can change the channel, but I still do it every week for five years. And I just hope if it makes a difference in one person's life, I'm super thankful for that. So listen to this. Think about this. And maybe tell your kids this tonight or at dinner. This is from the Bible. For we, and this is you, for we are God's masterpiece. Did you ever think of that? Or did you just think of Mona Lisa as a masterpiece? No, you were created by God. You're God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago. And He's like, you guys are holding yourselves back. Why are you still in the same financial position? Why are you still in this bad relationship that you're just like struggling through and not doing something to fix it? This is up to you. So you can stay there or you can dream and go, you know what? I'm going to get over here. But you have to have put the steps together. Your dreams can become reality. I promise you, they can. And you got to work at it. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes work. So please, you are worthy of doing it. And put your dreams on paper. And don't just say they're dreams and it will never happen to me. Yes, they are dreams, but they can happen for you and to you. And it's again asking for God for His help. Maybe looking around at your environment. What do you need to change? And what work do you need to put in to make those changes? And if you're in fear and if you're like, oh my gosh, I really want this career, but I am in fear of leaving my cushy job, I get it. I so get it. I took a career of 14 years and I was getting pushed out. And I'm like, I'm going to my career in real estate. Real estate is all commission, guys. Remember that. And it still is. And I didn't think I was going to have to be an actress on social media when I got into real estate. So, was I in fear? Yes, we had health insurance, I had life insurance, I had a stable income, and I quit. And was I in fear? I absolutely was in fear. And look what happened. Just pushing into God, giving it to God, and going, God, you have a purpose for me, and I'm going to really go in and dive in and know, whew, this is a risk, but you've got me. And He always has. And think about it. You're in a commission job. It's almost 20 years. And last year was super tough, which I know a lot of people have seen that from my last episodes. It was so tough. I was scared. I was scared financially. I was scared mentally, physically. I was just scared. But I knew God had a purpose for me, and He has never left me. So all the years from the past, He has never left me. Why was I so in fear? But I looked at it as He had reasons for putting me into it, and I really had to step back, and I did, and analyze it day after day, moment by moment, journaling, going, why am I going through this? And taking all the different pieces and understanding them and growing from them. Because what happened last year, if I chose, I could have just kept going downhill, 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 downhill. But thankfully for my environment, for my family, for my friends, my son, God, that there was no way that I was going to keep going downward. That the circumstances that I was in were because He had so much more for me. And I see that now in so many ways. And I'm hoping you guys, just for me sharing this, that you can see it too for you. So, I also want you to, so take a look at kind of your things, your health, your financial situation, your spiritual situation, your relationships. Is there a relationship that you want to focus on? Is there something financially you want to focus on? Is there all of these things you want to focus on? Are you moving the needle? How are you moving the needle? So, for example, I pray to God every day, throughout the day, I journal. But am I moving the needle with Him every day? Maybe not so much. Am I moving the needle every day financially? Maybe not so much. But am I moving the needle every day? Maybe one week where I'm way into God and just praying every day. I might be more than another day, and that's okay. Am I moving the needle health wise? Yes. Do I move the needle mentally? Yes. I might, it's not a measurement, it's about how am I moving the needle to improve so that, because if you guys, that God's purpose is for you to go to Him because He has the blessing. If somebody said to you, okay, think about this. If somebody said, you know what? I know you're having a problem financially, and go to Thunder Valley and put everything on black, and I guarantee that you are going to win. You're going to win. Well, you're going to have faith in that because that's like God's blessing. God's like, go to me because you will win. Just go to me. But somebody can come to you and say, guarantee, go put it on red or black. I guarantee you're going to get the money. You're going to run to Thunder Valley right then and there and put the money there. And God's like, whoa, I already have these blessings for you every single day. Just go to me. All right? So, anyway, I just really want you to think about that. And then let's see what else. I want to make sure that we cover everything because there's a lot here because God has so much good stuff for you. Let's see. So another thing with your dreams, they're planted there. Like, I do not have a dream to become a doctor. Never, 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 never. I cringe at the sight of blood. So no, that is not my dream. So remember that. If you go to the doctors, I mean, think about if you have to go to a heart surgeon or, I mean, somebody who's cutting people open and doing these surgeries. That's a gift from God. And they got a gift and they pursued their dream and they went to school, they put in the hard work. Well, that is not my thing at all. So that was not the dream that God put me to do. So we all have our own, and how are you pursuing them? He planted them for you, for your purpose, and for a reason. And so I really hope that you guys are really resonating with this and digging deep into your soul about that reason and that purpose. So the excuses we tell ourselves, a lot of people will say, well, I'm not in place financially. How many of you out there say that? Or my relationship isn't where I want it to be, so I'll wait. Okay, so how many of you have kids? Raise your hand, say, woohoo, I have kids. And imagine if everybody said, I'm not going to have kids until I'm financially ready. All right, well, half of the world would not have kids. Who's ever financially ready when you have your kids? So, and then what are you waiting for? Are you praying and truly listening to God? Are you listening to others? Does He want you to stay stuck? Absolutely not. And if you are stuck, look at those as growth opportunities. Think about that. So if I'm stuck, and like a writer's block, great authors get writer's block, and they get it and they're stuck. So how do they get unstuck? And it's really kind of more about clarity and maybe stepping back, kind of breathing, saying, okay, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Where is this stemming from? And then it's kind of like too, is when you, if you get stuck, it's really digging deep because that stuck could be from childhood. That stuck could be from an argument you had with your spouse. So if you're just sitting there at your computer going, okay, I'm trying to write this book, but I'm stuck, then step away and really dissect why you're stuck. Because if you're stuck for a reason, that might also be keeping you from other things outward as well. And remember, people think, oh, I want to live this dream, but I feel like it's I'm being selfish. Well, you're not being selfish, because anybody that's really fulfilling and living their dream, you are making a difference to other people. Because if you're living your dream as a guitar player and you perform, you are giving back to somebody else. If you're living your dream as a doctor, a teacher, a pastor, if you're living your dream as a tennis player, you may be like, oh, well, that's selfish. Tennis player is just me. Well, no, it's not selfish, because you're giving the opportunity to play with somebody else, and then think about, oh, I want to be playing in Wimbledon. Well, look at the people the young kids that you're showing that you can do with your testimony, your story. So living your dream is not selfish at all. It's purposeful. You can make a difference in somebody else's life. All right. Um, so so there's a really good friend of mine, and you might be like this, but it could be a different circumstance. And so she has been saying, she's a great friend. She has a great career. She does great financially, though she keeps struggling with her weight. She keeps struggling with the commitment. And and she keeps saying, oh, I want to be able to, when I have grandkids, I want to sit on the floor with them. I want to be able to get up and run and chase them. So you guys may have a story like this in a different circumstance, but what is holding you back? Because you say it and you want to be healthier. You may want to lose weight, but are you going this way? And like financially, like people will get a business coach, um, but which is great. But, and I have a business coach too, though. What are you putting your emphasis on? What's more important? Are you putting your emphasis more on your pocketbook or your health or your relationships? Because if you are super successful in doing everything your coach has told you to do or recommended, and your finances are skyrocketing, which is great, but on your health, you're like, well, yeah, I still need to lose this and I want to do that. Well, what is getting you stuck from there? Because obviously you can do great with your financial situation, right? And that doesn't come easy. You got to work to it. And you're investing in, a lot of people will invest in a business coach, follow the business coach, have a great pocketbook. They look good on paper. They're making money, but then they're not putting the same effort into their health. This is not judgment. This, not at all. This is about looking back as to that why. And I had that situation with my health years ago and got help. And that really uncovered a lot. That's for a different show. But it's a purpose. Like, there's a friend of mine has a dream of being able to, in the future, run around with her grandkids. Well, she's been talking that way now for 3 years. So what is it? What is keeping her from that? Because she has great friends who love and adore her, who encourage her, who want to be there for her. But how is she moving the needle? Just a little bit every day. And what choices is she making? So I know the last 10 years, I've always had these goals of being really fit, not skinny, you guys. I don't need to lose weight. And everything I've been doing for the last 10 years has not worked. So I invested in a health coach this year, but committed to it. So I'm in my 5th week and I love it. And here's what I will say at my age. I will say, a week ago Wednesday, I think I was in 3.5 weeks, or I was in my 4th week. And I woke up going, oh my gosh, I don't feel sore. I don't feel like, oh, I have to have my coffee to wake up. Like, I finally felt a difference. Because remember, as you're getting older, there's ailments that come with age. And I'm like, I do not want those ailments. So that's why I knew there was something. And as soon as I felt good, I felt better about myself. I feel better outward. Um, and I know, anyway, sorry, I just thought of something, but I can share that later. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you. So, um, it's really about taking your different aspects of life, financials, relationships, friends, church, God, all of that. And how are you, and take a look. And you may have a dream for each of them. And doesn't mean you have to have those dreams, like get it all done at one time. Tell people your dreams, please. Make sure that you are moving the needle just a little bit every day. And if you need help moving the needle, let me know. I would love to help you. If you want to help me move the needle on my personal life, I would love to hear that too. Because sometimes it's not easy. I have to move the needle by myself. That gets kind of boring and hard. So I would love it knowing that where I'm moving the needle, that I have that support as well. So, moving the needle on my life every single day, and I do journal and I do pray to God. I want to do it in my business, and I really want to do it in my walk with Jesus. And I want to continue to move the needle with my son Kyle, because he is now married to beautiful Alyssa, and I want to move the needle with them. I want to, I want to just be part of what their needs are when they need help, or just having conversations and know that I'm here on the back end. God is first in their relationship, and they're the next, each other. And I am now here as a different role. And that happened last Friday. But I'm excited about that new role for both of them. All right. So I think the other things is staying in my health, moving the needle there, and moving the needle in my friendships, because I have such great friends that I want to make sure that I want to be just as good a friend to them as they are to me. And I have rock star friends, I really do, and such blessings. Um, let's see. So I think that is it. So I just want to remind you, thank you so much for joining Get Real with Jill. You are worthy, you are called, and you have a purpose. This went on way longer than I wanted to. I apologize. Hopefully you did not get bored. Hopefully this is making a difference in your life. Feel free to share it. If you guys have kids, young kids, no, let them know they are loved, they are valued, they are worthy, and they have a purpose. And don't let them think anything else, please. And let them know that you should be their biggest influencer. I want you to know that. Not the kid who is having problems in 8th grade and is smoking pot. Do not let that kid be the influencer, but maybe your child who has so much confidence, who is so grounded, could be the influencer on changing that person's life. And I know my amazing great niece, Emma, she is so grounded. I know, like, I can't wait to see her purpose for life, because she is going to be the one who is helping others find purpose and being worthy, because she feels it so much from her parents. And I know, of course, my other great nieces do too. I'm just using Emma as an example. But she's going to be that one that's going to say no to drugs and go, what? Let me help you. Let's go have a talk and let's go take a walk, because these drugs are not going to help you. So I know she's going to be that person, because God put her on this earth for a purpose, big time. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Please make sure you talk to your kids today about their purpose. Please talk to your spouse, talk to your family, talk to your friends. Each one of you has a purpose. Let them know what your dreams are. All right, you guys, there is so much more coming up on the Get Real with Jill show. A lot of it right now has been about just me here by myself, but I have Ken Burns from Drive for Impact, who is going to be talking about human trafficking. Yes, and boy, did I walk around the mall this week with a whole different mindset. So he is going to be on the show. We did do a pre-record. Corey Mendoza. She has written another book, and she does Motivation Mondays. We're going to be talking to her about her book, and we're going to have a friendship series. So it's going to be fun when I have my first guests, Elizabeth and Sherry, on. And Sherry said we have to have our Prosecco, and we so will. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for joining, and please share this. And again, follow me here on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to Spotify so you can see all the past episodes, and you can see it on video on YouTube. All right, you guys, have a blessed day. Thank you so much, and be kind to somebody. Your smile can make a difference in somebody else's life, and their smile back at you, I promise you, no matter what, is going to make a difference in your life. All right, see you next week.